it for exactly for what it is supposed to be used for. Guy Nollywood Jr., you're welcome. Please make your contributions.
Hello, Queen. How you doing? Thanks for having me. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I want to say hello to the brothers on the panel. Um, I agree um, of everything what I've heard. Um, Me being a Pan African, Pan means abroad, and I remember I was on, you had me on your show before, and I pretty much explained everything. But this FBA's, the Foundation of Black America, and ADOS, we gotta look at who created this stuff, right? So you look at ADOS, that started by a mixed breed lesbian, Yvette Cornell, right? Um, she says the American flag is so-called Black people's flag, which is not true, because that was created, the red, white, and blue. And if anybody have done their homework, that those colors came from those are Great Britain colors.
Nollywood guy, please, I'm really sorry that I have to interrupt. Just because I want to just quickly, address this, and I promise I will not interrupt you again. I'm really sorry to do this. You will continue shortly, please. I'm so sorry. Let me just address it quickly. Let me know I'm done with this, and then you continue, please. You continue. Said this. She said, Lisa Johnson said, when I logged on, you were attacking. Look at the word she used. She used the word attack. She said attack. And this shows you the mindset. She is stating that I am attacking African Americans. I never attacked African Americans. For those of you who actually logged in, or you can watch the replay of the video, I never attacked. I was addressing certain Black foundational Americans who are actually calling me Dusty, calling me all of these names. I was addressing them, and I was saying I have no issue if they will actually, I would definitely support them if they will make videos or make meetings of YouTube like this, talking about their unification, talking about group economies, talking about opening businesses in their community and actually doing something. I will support them. I will vet for them. I will promote. I will do all of these things. But then when they ignore the real issues and problem happening, and then they come for someone like me telling me that I calling me Dusty because I am African, doing exactly the same thing they are shouting and calling out white people, I will definitely address it. I will address it does not mean I am attacking. The fact that you see it as an attack, it tells you that something is wrong, something is not right. Because again, I have stated before that when an African perhaps is addressing certain issues within the African American or Black communities, they see it as an attack. Most of them, or some of them, see it as an attack always. And this is quite telling of the mindset of the people. It's quite telling. And she's saying, you even address such a stupid comment that I am addressing. Yes, I will address such a stupid comment, because if I don't address it, it will keep persist. If I don't address, they must see from this other's perspective. I have to address it. Why shouldn't I address it? I have every right to address it. Why not? People address, a lot of things. If Africans come out and make stupid comments, I will address their stupid comments, so that you don't think that all Africans make stupid comments. That's the reason I'm addressing it, so that you will see that there are, that particular Africans don't speak for all Africans, and that is why you too, you have to address it, or you should address it, so that that stupid comment does not depict the whole African Americans. You come out and you speak again. Wrong is wrong, bad is bad. You call it out. Why not? So, Guy Nollywood, please go on, sir. I'm really sorry that I have to address this.
No, that's okay. That's okay, Queen. Um, But yeah, when you look at the American colors, right, the red, white, and blue, those colors came from Great Britain. Those are Britain colors. So they brought their colors, and it means something, right? The blue means water. The color, the white means white folks. It represents something, right? These colors, all the flags that you see represent something. It's a symbolize something. So you so for Yvette Carnell, who came up with ADOS, um, for her to say those are black people here in the United States, those are like that's full of crap. And then she's a lesbian. Okay, she's not even black. So that's the purpose. Like if you look at these people who come up with FBAs, the person who came up with FBA that I know is Tariq Nasheed. But if you look at his wife, he has a biracial wife. She's not black. She's not even a foundation of Black America, quote unquote. He has a white mother-in-law that he's taking care of. So these people are trying to get something for nothing. And that's what I noticed. That's what they do. They always try to they want to identify with everybody else except being African. And they know the world do not like them. The world do not like them. They try to, like you said, sister, they try to prove so hard that they're either Native Indian or Asian. I've heard the Asiatic black man. I don't even know what the hell that is. But that's some Islamic. The Arabs had, but you talking about the sub-Saharan slave trade where they had the white Arabs enslaving Africans. But then you got all these black people want to be called Muslims. You know what I'm saying? So so it's like if you look at these people who come up with these cults, because that's what it is. Um, they're connected to the same people they complain about. I had an argument with one of these people who claimed that they're a foundation of Black America or ADOS, and they said because I know ADOS they try to fight for reparations, and they said we Black Americans we fighting for reparations, we want reparations. But last time I checked, Americans, because since they claim they are Black Americans, Americans did not slave Americans. Because when we fighting for reparations, we fighting for the African Holocaust, just like the Jewish Holocaust. We fighting for African Holocaust if we dealing with reparations. And that's we talking about black people in the Caribbean. We talking about black people in the South America. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just here in North America. So and what reparations supposed to do is supposed to mean repair. It means whatever was done, we supposed to take it back where we came from, right? Which is Africa, and to rebuild Africa. You know what I'm saying? Make Africa great again, right? So that's what I mean. Because if you look at the Japanese, right, when you look at the World War II in Japanese, they got their reparations in what, like 1990s, right? So the grandchildren got the reparations, and look at Japan. Look at Japan now, beautiful. But during World War II, it was the city of Japan was destroyed. So they took the money and rebuilt Japan. So that's what I'm saying is that these people want to be close to white folks, and I think that's what it is. They look at white people as their gods, and they try to tell us people who's Pan Africans, saying, "Oh, you're not like that. And I think because we speak English, they think they're closer. They think they're closer to white folks than being African. And I try to tell black people here because you speak English doesn't make you an Englishman. You know what I'm saying? Your language was stolen, or you was against the law to speak your own language. So, and I just want to say this too. When black people that came over here, um, Our ancestors, I never met one ancestor never said that they were FBA. I never met one ancestor. You never heard Harriet Tubman. You never heard Malcolm X. You never heard all these great leaders. You know what I'm saying? All these great leaders that said that they were FBA or ADOS. They represent one thing as Africa. Marcus Messiah Garvey said that we came from Africa. He said he was an African man. Okay, so when you're dealing with see, and matter of fact, I'll tell you this. And here's another clue that we came from Africa. If you look at South Carolina, there's a place called Little Africa. If you go to Georgia, people that's come from Atlanta, Georgia, there's a place called African Town. This is where black people came from. So if black people already they was telling stories, oral stories to the to their children. You know what I'm saying? So so this is something new. This FBA and ADOS, this is a new thing. And these coming from non-black people or black people that are living with white folks are saying this garbage. And I think it's being encouraged by by the government. I don't care what nobody say, because this is something they've been doing for a long time. You know, every time they show Africa, they always show the bad parts of Africa. They always show when they see a drug lord, or they look at the drug lord, he's cutting off the little baby. They show the movie Blood Diamonds, cutting off little. You know, I mean, it's horrifying, because I know it's kind of based on a true story, but that's not all of Africa. That was just that one part that was just corrupt. And you know, or they show a baby with flies on their face and say, look, see. I mean, that's what they show over here, and they still do it. They still do it in some way or form. So now what they're doing, um, Queen, what they doing, they pushing a lot of interracial now. If they show a black woman, whether she's from Africa or whether she's from United States or whatever, she's with a white man. And vice versa. If they show a black man, whether if he's from Africa or here or whatever, he's with a white woman. They showing that a lot. And this is where the brainwashing comes in. And they say, oh, look, well, white people must be better. But did you know, if you look at the statistics in the United States, there's more poor white people in the United States than anywhere. I mean, there's a lot of white people, a lot of poor white people on drugs and everything, but the United States won't show that. Black people actually think that all white people are living good, and that's not true. The most working class is black people. That's the working class. So you know, I just want to say, sister, I love your channel. Everything you say, you speak the truth. Even the brothers on here, like, they spoke the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that because of the lack of history and the brainwashing, I mean, you got, you know, this is like a new thing, and I really think it just is being pushed um by the government. You know what I'm saying? In some way, you know, these are volunteer people that just like they just hate themselves to the point that they just want to be like, well, I think this class is better, so I'm going to go with this class. And because a lot of black people don't travel, and you hit it right on a button right there, because I never met an FBA or even an ADOS travel throughout the 50 states. They claim they native to this country. So, but if you ask any FBA or any ADOS, have you traveled through all 50 states and lived there, or just stay there for a couple of days? They would say no. They stay in that same spot, isolated. They don't travel, none of them. Or if they do travel, they might travel to one state and stay there for a little bit and then go back to where they from, but they don't go nowhere. And that's another thing. And so I agree with you. They don't travel. And that's one of the biggest problems.
Thank you.
So I just want to just say that.
Thank you very much. Um, okay, so I'll address lady again because the reason I'm addressing you is just so that people know that like you don't actually